Hey, it's America's Supermom. Thank you for joining me on my podcast. This series is the Corona Chronicles. I created this so that we would have an outlet of positivity in the midst of a lot of negativity. You know what I'm talking about. All the news, the fear around this virus, how it can affect us, what the new normal is looking like, and how so many things have changed that a lot of people feel like um, it is the end of the world, so to speak. So, this podcast was created so that those of us who have hope, who are willing to move forward with this new normal and innovate new things that will help us to be creative and positive. That is what this platform is for us to come together and share that positivity and that light with those who may need it. So if you're interested in sharing your insight, please reach out because we can never have enough positive news. So sit back and enjoy the show. Okay, I want to thank you guys for joining me today. I'm really excited about my next guest, Mandi Kikta. We got connected organically through Lauren Harris, who I was on his show, Bathrobe Moments, and I believe she was on his show as well. So I'm really excited to dive into really just a story of hope and transformation. It just am going to let everything unfold in the interview itself, but at this time, I want to give Mandi the opportunity to introduce herself.
All right, thank you. I appreciate you allowing me to come onto your show. And yes, I have been on Bathrobe Moments a couple times. I love Lauren. I am a little bit of back history of myself is that I was a meth addict for 18 years. And on my 36th birthday, I got arrested, was put in jail for a few months. And when I came out, I'd lost my home. My mom had my daughter, was living with her. I didn't have a place to go. And my parents did let me come back and stay with them. So over the last, this July, in a couple of weeks, I'll be 8 years clean.
Wow.
And so I've been, over the last 8 years, I've really, really, really built a bigger and better life.
This is just amazing. So, first of all, I want to say I'm so blessed and honored to have you today because I think any type of transformation with something of this magnitude deserves the notoriety and just the fortitude and perseverance. I mean, there's so many characteristics that come to mind. So I just want to say, job well done on that. So for 18 years, this was something that you struggled with. What do you think was the pivotal thing? And, sometimes addictions, one of the things that people can identify addictions with drugs, but there's a lot of addictions that we can have. We could be addicted to negative thoughts or, bad spending, not to minimize what you experience, but there's a lot of reasons why we can come into some of these addictive tendencies that begin to take over in our lives. So what do you think was the catalyst to kind of start you on that journey with that addiction in the beginning?
I really don't know how to answer that. That's one of the things that Lauren is actually, he tries to help me through because of, apparently I block out a lot of negative things, and because I block them, I don't deal with them. So maybe that's one of the things, because when I first started doing drugs, it felt good. It was fun. I liked doing it. And, over the years, I just was chasing that, not have to think about anything, just chasing that high. Didn't have to worry about nothing.
And, so I take it you were 18, so that's the time when we're experimenting and things like that. And nobody is going to say, oh, I'm going to try this and I'm going to be addicted. That's one of the things we don't think about. So I think, the whole thing about the element of being fun and not understanding how addictive it could be, is something really to consider now. So for that first experience, it was with friends, nothing negative that took place when you first tried meth?
Well, when my dad passed away when I was 16, and a few months later, my high school sweetheart passed away. And so I ran away from home. I guess that sounds like maybe that's the traumatic thing. I don't know. I guess I just don't think of it like that.
Right.
But yeah, so when I took off, I was living places where I shouldn't be, hanging out in places I shouldn't be, finding friends that it's kind of like the friends don't really expect that much from you. So it was just easy to fall into just having a good time. That was the only thing that I was worried about. I didn't have I didn't have a family or a child or anything like that. It was just me running wild.
Right. Yeah.
And I did try to quit after I had my daughter. I mean, prouder moments is that when I did find out that I was pregnant, I completely quit doing any kind of drugs. That was going to be the change of my life. That she was going to straighten me out. I wanted a baby. I got a baby. I stayed straight for a few months, but then eventually I fell back into it. Later on down through the years, and I'm not saying that the addiction was never there, but there was times that the addiction ruled more than at other times. Later on, I did get pregnant 2 more times later on in my life, and those 2 times the drugs came before the children, and I had 2 abortions. So as proud as I was about my daughter and staying clean, I lost any kind of thinking or control during the other 2 pregnancies.
I see. Yeah. Now, so for somebody who is young, they are in that space of feeling like, things could be kind of overwhelming, some traumatic things going on in their minds. For some, this pandemic, their parents losing their job or, different things that really have meaning to them. What would you tell them today about trying meth?
I would just don't do it. Just don't do it. Because the world doesn't change just because your distorted view does. And, at the end of the day, at the end of the next morning, when you come down, all the problems that you had are still there. So, yeah. And I've learned over the last 8 years that I have way more fun with a clear head. Way more fun.
Right.
I've done things. That's why I started the Mandyisms page, is because I have a phrase that if I can do it, you can do it. Just keep on keeping on. And I get on every day and I speak a little something that's happened. And basically, if I can get out of it, if I can do it, then anybody else out there is capable of it also.
I love that. And for people who, have to rebuild relationships, family, relationships, because addictions can do things and cause you to make decisions that, where, like you said, the drugs can take over. So for somebody who is working through mending those relationships, what advice would you give them in that aspect?
Be patient.
Okay.
Be patient with the people that you have hurt. Mm-hmm. Because even though you know in your mind that you've made this decision to stay clean and sober, see, the people that are around you have been burned so many times that they will be a little bit more leery. So as long as you stick with it, just be patient. It was pretty hard to rebuild the relationship with my daughter and my parents. And I put them through a lot, especially my daughter. I was not a good mom. I thought I was in my head. I did. I always thought that I put my kid first, but I had no idea that I was not.
Yeah. So looking back now, sometimes when people have to deal with their past and reframe it, and for you to be such a light bearer now, what had to shift with you to get over that past? Because a lot of times we can't get past it. It's like it affects our view in the future, where we are now. So what changed for you to be able to be a light that you are now?
Well, the thing that got me clean was losing my freedom. Everybody has their own, I call it the no more moment. There's people that have been arrested 20, 30, 40 times. Right. So arrest isn't their no more moment. It was for me. But once you identify that no more moment, then you embrace it. Embrace that no more and live that no more. You get that urge, you think maybe, oh, well, a little bit won't hurt. Just remember that no more moment and how you felt. Relive those feelings, because sometimes hanging on to those bad feelings of that no more moment is what got me through it. And I was very silent the first few years. I didn't really talk. It was nobody's business what I went through. But over time, seeing other people share their experiences, whether it was anything, whether it was from that semicolon thing, and how other people were able to help by sharing experiences, I just felt like it's what I needed to do. That's what I was built for. That's what I was put on this earth. I was put on this earth to go through that so I could help somebody else through it.
So good. I love that whole thing about the no more moment. This is true. I suffered with depression and I was hospitalized 3 times. And that last time was a situation that was my no more moment. And that is what drove me to overcoming my situation and now helping others. So I really get that. That's so good and powerful. So what are some things that you do daily to keep you in a positive frame of mind? Because, I love the fact that you said it's hard for you to reflect sometimes and go back because you just don't have room for negativity. So what is it that you do to help you stay in that mindset?
It's kind of like some days are easier than others. I've spent enough time now being happy that, like, when my eyes first pop open in the mornings, because I have 2 little dogs, they sleep with me. When my alarm goes off and I pop my eyes open, my little doggies are right there. That
Mm-hmm.
first initial moment is happy. It's
Mm.
happens through the days that will have a tendency to affect how I react. I
Right.
have 3 I am statements that I have
Mm-hmm.
noted on my mirror.
Mm-hmm.
So I will stand in front of that mirror and say my I am statements.
Mm-hmm.
And mine is surrounded myself with positive people.
Mm-hmm.
Lauren, I following him. Keyslings.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I love the Keyslings. They're so full of positive.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like I think it was Zig Ziglar says that positivity is like brushing your teeth. You have to do it daily.
Mm, this is good. Yes. Mm-hmm.
It's not
Mm-hmm.
just something that you throw and it sticks. It's something that you
Right.
have to apply.
Mm-hmm. So true. I love that. So, what are your I am statements?
I am beautiful. I am
Mm-hmm.
kind, and I am
Mm-hmm.
thin.
Oh, I love it. I need
I
that one.
know. Yeah, I really fight myself with. I fight it every day. I think I'm too heavy. I need this. So I know I am thin.
Right. I love that. Okay. Yeah. You know what? It first starts in your mind. It's so funny. I'm here with my daughter, and so I was getting up from sitting on the floor, and she was like, "Mom, are you okay? Are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah." She's like, "You need to start working out." And I'm like, "You're right." I mean, if I'm struggling to get up off the floor, this is true. But yeah, so I definitely get that. This is great. Now, so what is it that you do now? Do you have a nonprofit? I've noticed that you just have a mission to help others. So, what is your main way of doing that?
I have a Facebook page,
Mhm.
Mandyisms.
Mhm.
That's mainly what I do. I have a job, so I get up every
Mhm.
morning and go to work. I love my
Mhm.
job.
Mhm.
Uh, and I'm starting a new thing. I am fixing to start on premiering a new show called The Picket Wicket on
Mm.
what is it, E360 TV. It'll
Oh,
be
okay.
it'll be July 12th at 3 p.m. Eastern time,
Uh huh.
and I'm going to do a show because I live on an alpaca farm, and
Oh.
everyday things to me that I kind of take for granted. I
Mhm.
realize that what is normal to me every day may not be normal to somebody who lives in an apartment building.
Right.
So that's what the Picket Wicket's going to be about, is
Oh,
to stuff around the farm,
I
everyday
love
thing.
that. I love
And
that.
that's once again, I do also have a page called the Dope Survivor,
Mhm.
because I don't consider myself an addict, because
Mhm.
uh, I don't get up every morning now. I did. I did when I
Mhm.
first started. I got up. I was still an addict. But
Mhm.
when in my daily course, it's not like I have the same thoughts like I
Urge.
did before.
Mhm.
So that's why
Mhm.
I consider myself a dope survivor now.
I love that. Mhm.
And so I do have that page or group, and people can, jump on there and join it.
Mhm.
I would like to eventually do like adventures
Mhm.
with other survivors,
Mhm.
something that will be in the future.
I love that. Mhm.
I do. There's so many other groups out there where people can sit and they share their experiences, and they sit around a table and they can do
Mhm.
those things. I'm not one to sit idle. So
Mhm.
one of my biggest challenges when I was getting clean was that, who do I hang out with now? Everybody I knew did
Mhm.
drugs world, and
Mhm.
I like to go to the movies. I like to go to a restaurant. I like to go zip lining. I want to go to the beach with other people
Mhm.
that aren't doing drugs.
Mhm. Mhm.
So
That's awesome. Now, so, one of the things that also takes place when you have a trauma such as this is forgiveness. And not just forgiveness of others, but forgiveness of yourself. So, for somebody who may be struggling with that, what would you tell them about being able to forgive themselves?
Yes, that's definitely an important thing to forgive yourself. I still struggle, and I walk around with a whole lot of guilt with what a horrible mom I was. Daughter still lives. We still live all together in the same house. And so I have to look at her every day. And some days I'm like, I just want to fall down and cry and say, I'm so, 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 so sorry. But I believe that because we are lucky enough that we still live together, we are very open. We speak openly. We don't really beat around the bush or anything like that. We sit and have talks constantly. So I've been able to work with her on the guilt. And yes, you have to forgive yourself. It's that is whatever drug, whatever, that addiction, that's not who your core is.
Right.
I mean, my core was to grow up to be respectful and honest and giving.
That's amazing. Yeah. And so, what practice would you tell people to get back to who that core is?
That would be to the relationship. So I'm pretty family oriented. I there's some people that aren't,
Right.
but I am. And, since I have gotten clean, I've actually met so much more of my family that I didn't even know.
Wow.
I stayed hidden because I didn't want nobody to know what I was doing. I didn't want the family to know that I was high all the time.
Right.
That these mood swings caused by having too much drugs, not enough drugs, or none. So, I mean, and Facebook being so wonderful, social media, you had my family you had no idea you was related to.
Right. Isn't that the truth? This is true.
It is.
Yeah.
But the thing is I go visit them now.
That's awesome. Yeah. That is awesome. Now, so where is your farm at? What state are you in?
In Florida. We're right smack in the middle of the state.
Okay. That is just amazing. So I bet it's therapeutic being on a farm.
Sometimes.
Really?
And that's the thing with the pandemic and everything getting see these alpacas, they meet you at the fence at feed time and they don't care about what's going on.
Right.
They want their hay. So that's been a steady thing for me. For me personally, life did not change a whole lot because of the farm and because of the kind of work I'm in.
That's amazing. Well, I have really, really enjoyed this conversation, and this is just amazing, the things that you have accomplished. What is the best way for somebody to get a hold of you?
Mandyisms. If you go to the Mandyisms page, you can message me through there. It's Facebook. Yeah.
Okay. And what final words would you like to share with the audience?
That no matter how bad that you think that it is, it can get better. Be patient because there's better things out there. I love this little saying, it's a minor setback for a major comeback. And that is such a huge thing because it may seem like a big setback, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not. It's not. Just be patient and it will come.
Awesome. Well, I wish you the best, Mandi. I'm so glad we got connected, and I plan to stay in touch with you. And good luck on your show that you're going to be doing. You said that's July the 12th?
Yep. That's
okay.
I said it that day because it's my birthday.
Oh, well, happy early birthday.
Yes, and my rebirthday because I got arrested. That's my clean date also.
Oh, awesome. That is awesome. Well, we definitely will be following you, and anything I can do to help support you, please reach out and let me know, okay?
All right. Thank you, and I appreciate it.
Oh, you are so welcome. Well, you have a wonderful evening, okay?
Okay, you too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye now.
Thank you for joining me on this episode. I really enjoy providing content that inspires and challenges us to be a better version of ourselves. If you are interested in being a guest on the show, please email me at info@LachelleAtkins.com. You can also reach out to me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Pinterest, or my YouTube channel. If there was something in this episode that resonated with you, it probably will resonate with someone else. So please share it. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. But those aha moments, those moments of really getting something and changing your perspective are very, very pivotal in having people change the trajectory of their lives. And so being able to share insightful information so that other people can grow is the easiest thing that we can do as we pay it forward. So again, I want to thank you all for listening. And if you have time, write out a review. Go to iTunes, Anchor, wherever you can find this podcast on any of those platforms, and write a review about what impact this episode had on you, what you learned, or whatever. Any feedback is great because it just helps me to understand what content is really beneficial for those that are listening. So again, I want to thank you all for your support and taking the time to spend some time with me and my guests. And I wish you a wonderful day. Thanks for listening.